Hey guys, it's Joe from Outdoor Adventures. Thank you guys for joining us. Unfortunately, my audio went out, so I'm doing a voiceover right now. I want to explain to you what we're doing here. We're skinning a raccoon. We're going to show you our first cuts. We're going to start with the ankle, down the inner thigh to the butt, right up the other side of the thigh to the other ankle. Once we do that, we'll be able to peel the hide back and just work down the fur and skin him. We're going to take our time, make sure we don't make any punctures, and we should have a good cape when we're done with this. So bear with me. Audio should be coming back momentarily. And thanks for joining and watching Outdoor Adventures. And I'm Joe. Take a look at what we'll do once we make that first incision. We'll kind of take that skinning knife and just work around. Open it up a little bit. We have something to work with. And the key is cut inside to the meat. You never want to, puncture that hide, but it happens. Those are small punctures. Small mistakes are easier to fix than large mistakes, so just take your time. Um, and I'm not consuming this. I do know quite a few people who eat raccoons, but to be honest, I'm just trying to get some work done and not even worried about that right now. I'm skinning these raccoons right around the butt and the genitalia. I like to cut a triangle patch, which leaves the hair in the lower abdomen there, and you just come around the tail. I also cut the tail cartilage and go right into the cape. I do not remove the tailbone or cartilage from the tail. I just always find I can never cut that straight line, and I don't want to take a chance and mess it up because that's the most sought after part of the raccoon is that tail. So I do that part when I go through the fleshing process. I am not a professional by any means, and also I'm actually new to the trapping side of things. Main reason I got into it is obviously the interest of the outdoors, and then to find the, I guess you could say, the advantages of the property management side of that is hugely impacts the environment or the ecosystem that you know you know you're dealing with in the area. And biggest thing is relatively new to turkey hunting. I mean, I've been around it my whole life. I'm mainly a die-hard bow hunter. I white-tailed deer, and I've been around turkeys. I've watched them. I've kind of mimicked them when it comes to accessing property, just because how they Also, some people keep the foot in the pad. See the need for that, but why don't you peel it down right down to that, the wrist. Kind of get in that cavity. Once you get in that armpit area, so you raise it up, and then you can just puncture through. And that point is just around that chin area. There's a lot of flesh in there. We'll talk about that when it comes to fleshing them. That's probably my biggest pet peeve or problem area, but skinning them, it ain't so bad. You can just move with the contours of the face. You can kind of tell where things are at as you start to, it would be nice to have some type of press or almost lost it. Right. Try this again. Just got that kind of dirty. Get to them earlobes. You can see the earlobe in there. That's got in there. And there's your ear. Past your ear. Once again, I'm not saying I know what I'm doing, but it gets the job done. And I would say I made a few mistakes, but there's your eyes. Maybe I did it right there as well. There you go. Right on the eyes. There's chin area, I tell you. If you can get as much of this off as possible for the flushing process, you're in good shape. Me, not so much. Enjoy this damage. But the kids are excited. They enjoy it. So they say, Dad, can you make a video? Because they're here for this, but they've been with me all day. It's 8 something at night, about 8:30. They just laid down for bed. We have been running and gunning, and actually I just missed a little bit of that chin, but we're getting the nose off here. Like I said, when we flush this, we'll tighten it all up, but some people are good enough to just do it as they go. I am not one of those people. Look at that. Right there. You can see that. We will brush this guy down. Let's see. Hey guys, what's going on out there? Just want to close this video out, show you some of these capes. I lost a little bit of footage, but this is what kind of the finished cape product looks like. We got a beautiful large male, light gray male. This is going to make a awesome hide. The next part is the fleshing process. You can take a look up by the eyes and nose is how I do it. Fleshing process is right here. I'm going to be setting these on here. You're going to see some video of that coming up. That's the next step. We've got a couple right here that I completed. A couple of them are mangled up, but the key thing is you want to keep these ears. That's a very important part depending on what you want to use the hide for. But that is basically the rundown of the skinning process. I didn't get to I guess you could say, show you all that just because of my footage. I'm trying to get a hold of this editing side, but enough of that, and you can take a look at some of the mounts and stuff that we're going to be showing you guys in upcoming videos. We got some stuff that came back from the taxidermist, some of the turkeys that we've done ourselves, all the dips and skull mounts all here in-house have been done. We got a couple deer here that also just got back that we want to show you guys. We're going to take a trip to the taxidermist, introduce you to some of the guys who made this all possible. Got some of the projects over here with some of the feet getting dried, some more fans working on, and then we've been pulling all the gear out of the woods. I have a bunch of cutting back systems, a lot of individual cell link systems. So we've got boxes and stuff we've been pulling. So stay tuned, you guys. Joe from Outdoor Adventures, the Wren Boys, clocking out.